Hey there, it's Jeremy with the Level Designer, and I'm here. I think this is going to be the last video for this particular week with my Blocktober series. And if this is the first video that you're watching on my channel, basically for the last week I've been working on my first project for Blocktober, which is a period during the month of October where I'm going to be going through each week and creating new projects in Unity and Unreal. And this week I've been focusing on a open world level design featuring the theme of Viking zombies. So today will probably be the last video of this. Not to say I might return back to it at a later point if I want to create a few more episodes. I feel like these kind of could be great. I think these projects could be great starting points to future content. So if that's something that you want me to return to, then feel free to say so. But through the 3rd and the 9th, we've been working on this open world Viking zombie level in Unity, and then starting tomorrow, we are going to start working in Unreal Engine. Had a hiccup there. But for Unreal, we're going to be working on a first-person shooter, and the theme's going to be these kids trick-or-treating, and they're throwing candy at each other. So that's kind of what we're going to start tomorrow on Unreal. But today, let's tie up a few loose ends on this Unity project, and we'll kind of tuck this project under the bed after today. So let's get started. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to actually download a simple free procedural fire asset here that gives you some effects for different fire and whatnot. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work, so it's going to be kind of a learning process. And if I get into it and I can't figure something out, then maybe we will get to it on another video later sometime in the next few months. But right now, I'm going to just add this to my assets. Probably want to read that if you want to be on the safe side. I'm fine with just whatever. I'm gonna open up in Unity, and that's gonna bring up this, and we will download. And again, I don't know what this is gonna look like. Hopefully, this will just kind of be effects that I can drag and drop in, and I might have to add some light, but we will get there. And kind of the first things that I want to tackle specifically is going to be with the lighting. So the lighting is very important, especially since this is a zombie game, and having it day during the day might, like Days Gone is a great example of a game that can be creepy, but it still it has points in that game where it's daytime. And also like Last of Us is another good example of creating a scary atmosphere. But I think for kind of just getting the mood right for this, I think we'll want to change this to a night scene. So how do we do that? How do we work with the lighting? And so what I'm gonna do is, if you go to your hierarchy, every scene's gonna have a directional light. It's gonna look like this icon right here. So you'll want to move it somewhere where you can easily access it, and you can see that you can actually move this around, and you can create different times of day and whatnot. So I'm gonna move that over. You can move it up or down to make it more night or something. Right now I'm gonna probably make it more of a dusk. I want it to be kind of visible, but I don't want it to be too dark right now, at least. So I'm gonna select that, and then I'm gonna go into the color here, and you can create the color of the light for this area. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably actually make this more of a blue, just to kind of simulate, you know, maybe there's moonlight that's being touched on, um, or you could do kind of more of a yellow. I mean, that's kind of a good thing too. But I don't know. I kind of like the blue a little bit, and it's probably kind of hard to see on my video too. So I'll try to you know, keep it somewhat legible. Maybe I can, for the purposes of the video, maybe make it. Yeah, I think that's fine. And then so you know, the lighting looks better. It kind of gives more of an eerie feeling, but I'm not quite sold on it yet. I really feel like there needs to be more. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add fog to this to the lighting. So how you get to the lighting is if you go to Window and go to Rendering, you're gonna find the lighting here, and if you select lighting, it's going to open up the lighting settings for this, and you'll be on the scene tab. So for the fog, you'll want to go to environment. I've already kind of set this up, but if you hit the fog, it doesn't look like anything has changed, but in the game itself, you can see that there is now some fog that is overtaking the environment, and it looks much darker. Again, this can add in some great, you know, ambience to the map. Um, you know, especially if you have a good mountain skyline, that's really good, and it kind of keeps the field of vision a little bit in check. You know, it's kind of harder to see some of the landmarks, but I think it's gonna be it's gonna be fine for our case. I don't think that we're gonna necessarily you know, run into many issues. Again, you might want to tweak this though, because it's kind of hard to, you know, see some of the landmarks. But you know, we can kind of see these tents pretty good. That tent's, you know, floating off the ground, so you most likely would want to fix that. But yeah, for the most part, everything is looking pretty fine and dandy. So I downloaded those effects like the fire and whatnot. So I think this is what I want. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through and click these. And I think if I go to the inspector, there's explosion, magic fire 1. It's kind of hard to tell what these are. I don't know what is going on. I think the engine's loading something. Oh, it's scene. Oh, okay. Make sure you go back to scene. So that's gonna be Magic Fire 0. That's 1. It's 2. Kind of has a good kind of effect there. I want it something that's more fire-like. So that's Pro Blue, Pro Green. That's going to be a good one to go with. Orange. I got red. Pro Yellow. And we have like a spinning fire one. And we have like a multicolored one, which kind of looks kind of cool. But I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna stick with the orange. I think that's gonna just be just fine for what we want. And you know, you can always go in and make particles yourself, and you know, make them. You tweak this. You can make your own. I'm just gonna go with something that I can just kind of put in the game right now. So we have this fire orange one going well. So I'm gonna go back into the scene here. And what I'm gonna do is kind of just start out with this. Is I'm gonna make a few torches. So I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna make a cylinder, and I'm gonna build a cylinder. And then this cylinder, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring it over here. And I'm going to select these. I'm gonna make this really tall. And I'm going to scale these like this. I'm gonna select all these. Then I'm gonna extrude these. I'm gonna bring it kind of right here. And I apologize if I end up snuffing my nose or something. I've just been having terrible allergies. I don't really know why. I'm gonna really scale that down though, and kind of make like a rounded into this. Again, you might want to go back and just make sure that everything is just kind of adjusted correctly. It doesn't make sure it doesn't look too out of the ordinary. And then I'm gonna just go into here, select these faces again. Again, I'm gonna probably make these a little bit more smaller. I don't think these need to be like really big or anything. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. So I'm just trying to make like a torch object. And I'm gonna extrude these, but I'm gonna really go down, scale these down. And I'm just gonna indent it a bit. Again, this might not be perfect, but I think this would be fine for just placing, you know, different torches and whatnot. I'm also going to probably make this a bit smaller and just kind of go from there. And like, what we want to do is we want to create some light. We want to really make, you know, an area where we can do that. So I'm going to use this prefab. I'm gonna make that go here. I'm just gonna scale this down a bit too, if possible. I don't know if that's gonna actually help or not. And it's kind of going crazy a bit, but I think that will be fine. And what we could actually do too is we can actually add in a new light. So, you know, we kind of have this torch going here, and we'll want to add in a good light for this. So I'm just going to go over and right click on environment, and I'm going to go to light. And I'm just going to go to, I want to say it's a point light. We'll figure it out. I think it's a point light though that I want. And what this is going to do, it's either like point light or area light, but I want to say it's point light. So what we could do is we can add this kind of light sphere around here. We can actually turn this down if we wish. And we can create a certain color for this. And we can up the intensity. Maybe make this a little bit more. What that should do is it should create a good light source for in the game. So you can kind of go through and check it, and you see that it's there's a good fire going at least. It looks pretty good. Maybe a bit fast, but I think just for what we want this for, that would be fine. I do think that's kind of big though, but maybe instead of a torch, it could be like a fire or something. Actually, I like that idea a lot. Um, so we're not going to necessarily get rid of this torch, but I'm going to take this. I'm going to duplicate it. I thought I could, but I guess not. Control D, that's what I was doing. I don't know why I can't like duplicate things. Why? I'm not able to duplicate anything. I don't really know. It's Control D. I can't duplicate anything though. Like it doesn't want to work. Well, I'm gonna see if so it duplicates there. I don't know why it's not duplicating. Oh well. So I'll just kind of duplicate the old hard way and just kind of go from there. I'm gonna try to keep everything kind of the same, but I have these two going, and maybe there's a fire or something that you want to check out. I don't know, it's just to create like the atmosphere. Maybe instead of this too, maybe we want to put it. Maybe we do want to put like have it like just be a general fire. So maybe we want to have it like right here or something. And we'll just get rid of this. What? Like I can't like I tried to just hit delete and it wouldn't do anything. I don't know. Something wrong with my keyboard. But what we're gonna do now is we're going to duplicate this again, and then we're going to make another point light. Duplicate that. Well, I think I just did. Hold on. I need to make sure that I do it like the same. So 1, duplicate 1, and then duplicate 1. And there we go. And of course we have this fire all the way at the bottom of the hierarchy. I'm going to move it to the top here just so I can easily access it. So I have this now, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a fire into this camp. I'm going to do that. I think with this point light, no, it's only, I don't know. I'm going to turn up the intensity, though, and the range of this. And, I don't know, you might be able to, like, make it, higher as far as, like the smoke or something. there is an emitter or an emission, and the emission um, emits things. There could be a start lifetime, start rotation, a start size, simulation speed, a duration. Could I don't know, I'm just trying to figure out like how would I make the smoke like higher or something, but I don't know. I might not be able to figure it out. I think that's a good kind of start to it. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna go in and I'm going to raise this because it's just kind of bugging me a bit. I'm actually gonna go to set height, and I'm just gonna go into this right here. I'm just gonna try to set the height of this area here. Don't really know what's gonna do to the trees, but I'm gonna really move the brush strength over. But what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna just play around with this. Why? Okay, like I'm not able to actually like click on anything, and I don't really know why. Like I'm clicking. You see this? If on my transition, I have no idea. It's just like it's not working, and I can't type things out. I don't know why I can't type anything out. Like I'm able to type things out here, you know, like I'm able to type in my on my computer, like my keyboard's working, but I can't actually type anything on my computer, and it's kind of annoying me half to death. But we'll try to use this as best as we can. So we have a set height. That's definitely too big. Let's go all the way down to, I don't know, I'm just trying to, okay, so that goes down, so we'll want to go up. That goes down a bit. That goes 15. Hey! I think that works. I think it is a bit high though, but I think what we could do is just change it a bit. So that goes down. Awesome. Well, hold on. Okay, so that maybe the problem is I can't fine tune it because my keyboard's not actually working. So it's just being annoying right now. But I think we got a good kind of thing going here. So what I'm going to end up doing is just going to smooth height. And I'm going to just smooth these areas out. And just kind of get rid of kind of the edge. Just make this kind of just a hill, kind of flat plateau hill area. Okay, so now with that, we should be good to go. So we can go through and just check the, you know, there's, you know, fire there. Doesn't look too good. Should be 2 fires there. Maybe could add in another one over here. Of course, you know, this probably isn't going to emit a lot of light, but, you know, you'd have also world artists and lighting. You have lighting artists, and you have people that will really be able to go in and make the lighting so much more better. if you're not too familiar with it. And then, you do kind of see this, and you could really build out the particle system and really make like a smokestack go up there. So it's looking pretty good, I'd say. I do like the fire a lot. We could probably move the tints up a bit, but it's looking pretty good so far, I'd say. So we're gonna move this. We're gonna move these tints a bit because I'm not a huge fan of how they're looking right now, but that's not what I wanted to do. I just wanted to get this. We'll kind of move this maybe to like the side here. And what we could also do is just get rid of the grass, which is probably what we should do anyway. So let's go into the terrain and go into the grass. I'll just make a really small brush size here. We're not going to go into anything too terrible. We're just going to really just clean this area up. I kind of feel like if you've ever played Bully, an old Rockstar game, there's detention. Bully was like, and also Bully was like a game where you're like a kid and you're standing up to bullies. As crazy as that may sound, but there's like detention in the game, and detention was like where you had to go through and like mow these kind of like PNG textured like grass particles, and that's kind of what it feels like whenever I delete grass from this terrain. Is I feel like I'm playing that bully game. It's just kind of something that's just kind of funny to me. Like the people who made bully were probably like you know clearing the grass and all that, and making it look good, and they were like, huh, well, this is something. You could make this a mechanic. So I'm just trying to get rid of some of this grass, and it's just kind of like, I think I might have to go a little bit more in here. I have to, yeah. I have to make it a bit spotty. Whoa, that's definitely not what I wanted. It never hurts to make things look a bit kind of like... I think that looks better. And what we could also do is we could really go in here and with a fine-tooth comb and really, place some grass. Fill up kind of these areas where the grass kind of got deleted, and just kind of make it whole again. Again, you want to avoid that, but I mean, there's still some grass that is kind of poking out, so I'm going to try to avoid that as much as possible. Maybe you want to have like some... That's the big grass. Maybe you want to have some of this here. Maybe you want to have some of the bushes. Again, we'll have to move this all the way up, but... You could have, maybe a bit bigger. Yeah, I don't know where the... Maybe if I just go like here. Oh, there we go. So if we move the density all the way up, and then we move the brush all the way down, we can probably fine-tune this Oh, that's kind of interesting, I guess. Make a few bushes here. Maybe move that down a little bit. Yeah, I really like that. And again, we can probably also, I mean, we can add in a much more populated area with certain grasses and whatnot, so yeah, I think that's looking good. Kind of the last thing I want to do, or try to get this done, is complete kind of the layout of this village. We kind of got a good start on it, but it's still not like super perfect. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make more buildings. So I'm gonna go in here and place some more. Um, Again, you want to make sure that there's a good layout. We have, kind of a road going down here. We have a road kind of going around here, and then we have a road that's kind of circling around here. It kind of ends here though, but what we could do is we can, add in areas where there's buildings. I'm gonna rotate this a little bit more. I'm gonna click the faces, have it go out. Again, this kind of is gonna be a bit wonky because it's gonna be like that, but I think what we could do is maybe have like a smaller shed area or something like that, maybe for this family that live in this kind of cottage. Maybe they have a smaller um, building that they use. So we have this road and this road. So I want to put I kind of want to put a building here and a building here. So excuse me. I apologize. So I'm gonna move a building and kind of lay it out the best I can. I'm gonna probably add in a building on the side here. I'll probably just move it like that, move it out like that, and then move it all the way back. And not every building has to be on like a flat surface, but it does make the most sense to keep things as flat as possible, just so you don't run into any weird kind of just looking things going on. So we have that right there. So again, we have this street that's going in like this, and we'll want to kind of open up to this, maybe this area, and then we want to come around here. So we could either have a building right here, or we could have a building right here. I want to try to do both. I just want to see what it might look like if we have more, because it might not be a bad idea to create more and then we delete something later. It happens all the time. I am gonna kind of rotate this a bit, and I'm going to place it. Actually, I'm gonna rotate it this way just so I have a little bit more control over the lower kind of where it starts, and then I can just kind of go up from there and see what I can do. So I'm just gonna align this up a bit. And then I'm going to go into face. I'm just going to bring this up. And maybe this is a bigger building. You know, maybe this is where they build, you know, ships or something, or boats. And, you know, they need to have boats for, you know, going out and fishing and stuff. Which I kind of like the idea, so I might actually bring this out more. And I might actually, like, try to kind of put it in the water itself. Actually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to create kind of a dock. And then I'm going to create... I'll move this up. Maybe like right here. I'm actually going to make this go down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extrude this, really bring that out. I'm going to select that. Oh. Actually, I'm going to raise it a bit. But then I'm going to select these two faces. I'm going to extrude that out. Maybe bring that out just a bit. And then I'm going to do the same to this side. I'm going to extrude, bring it out a bit. What I want to do right here is I kind of want to make like a building that has like a built-in kind of dock area, or maybe some men kind of would go in and just work on the boats or something like that. So if we extrude, we can go up like that. Kind of have a good sense of, you know, where this might want to end up going. Again, I think what we should do is really pull this in like that, just so we don't run into any weird stuff. But I do kind of like that. So what I actually might do is I might actually lower this, just to try to get this under control a bit. So I'm really gonna make this like small. I'm really gonna bring this down. I'm just gonna. Oop. And it works, I guess. So maybe even go smaller on that. Yeah, it worked. Like, it's fine. I just don't want it to, you know, look kind of weird or anything. So, what we're gonna do now is with this, with this, oh, come on. I'm gonna select these. I'm gonna extrude those. I'm just gonna take these and I'm going to extrude them. Just kind of make just this kind of dock area. Again, that might not look, you know, the most polished, but it's kind of the idea of maybe this building just has like a dock area, and you know, is just looking like that. So that's, you know, a dock, or a boat house where they build, you know, just smaller boats. you know, for fishing and whatnot. And then for our last building, we will go and just move something down here. So maybe this can be moved down here. Go into faces, move this up a bit. Meet kind of the height of the other houses, I suppose. Really bring this out, and then just bring it out to a good point, and there you go. I think that's a pretty good. I think that's a pretty good layout of a village. I'm happy with it. I kind of just see the fires. I do kind of want to move this fire though, cause I don't know. I just don't like the location of it. It's I'll say it's like the yeah it's this one. I don't know. It's just kind of like I want to have it kind of able to where I can kind of see that there's multiple fires going on. Of course. So I think what now I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably go in and just put in some detail in these buildings. I really want to, you know, make it look kind of more complete. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna kind of do what I was doing with some of the other ones, where I was, you know, going in, doing that, selecting, and of course you'll want to go in and kind of fix some of the placements of some stuff. Go into here, merge faces. Um, just gonna extrude, move that back in, and then you could move this in and then down, and then you can actually extrude this back in like that and make a house. Again, that's looking really good. You can actually go in here, extrude this out, make it look better. Do the same thing for this. Select an edge, insert edge loop. Um, yeah, it just will probably. Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. Actually, I might raise this up a bit. I think that this is kind of a bit small. I think that's still a good size for it. We're gonna go in, select these, and then we're gonna extrude them, move it down, boop, and then we're gonna go into here, merge faces. We're going to extrude. We're gonna go inside, scale down, move it down, and extrude inward. So by the time we get done with this, we're going to be pros at this. And we're going to really be able to do this over and over again. I might make this kind of a more slantish, not so defined, not so steep in the roof. A little bit of a more kind of relaxed angle, I guess. More obtuse. We're going to extrude this. Move these down. It's kind of a bit weird, but I think it's doable. We will go in, merge faces, extrude. We can also go in and just kind of, well, no, I don't want to do that. sure. I don't really know. I think that's gonna be fine though. I think we made a kind of some weird choices there. I'm not happy with it. I want to start over. Right? Yeah. So that's out. Extrude. Move that in. Make that smaller. Move that in. Extrude in. There we go. Looks fine. I don't. Maybe extrude those. Make that look good. We're just kind of, you know, making this look complete. And this is kind of, sometimes this is kind of the more mundane stuff, just doing things kind of over and over and over again. That's kind of just a part of the job. Um, you know, as long as you know, put on some good music and you just keep going, you're gonna eventually get some good stuff. So I'm gonna do something a bit different. So these two buildings, I'm gonna have the front of these buildings be right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and merge these down. I'll extrude these, go in, scale down, move down, though I don't even think that moving them down is gonna really do much, but looks like we have some grass there, but that's fine. Insert edge loop. I actually might make this a bit taller, a bit. Again, and I want to kind of play around with different heights. I don't want every building to look exactly the same. But I think for a small village like this, you could probably do some of the same stuff, especially since there's not a lot of different buildings here. I think it's okay to kind of just do what you're doing, and but especially when you're working on bigger like city environments, it's probably a little bit more paramount that you make things look a little bit more just interesting. Because you don't want to bore someone with having the same looking building every single time. It just gets kind of annoying. And that's ultimately why it takes a long time to create games like that. I mean, a game like GTA, they had to probably have tons and tons of, you know, different 3D models for buildings, different revisions, just a whole bunch of stuff. So right here is the front of these kind of houses, buildings. So I'm gonna kind of change gears and do the front of the buildings over here for these, just to make it a little bit more different. And I think these buildings, it's a little bit more accessible to get inside them from this side than it is from this side. So that's kind of another decision of why we're doing it that way. So I'm going to insert an edge loop. I'm going to move these down. Again, I'm going to kind of look at what the other building is doing. This is going to be probably a lower building. Again, you can always go back and check the height of different buildings and just, you know, make sure that it makes sense. So I'm going to go here, merge faces. Going to go and extrude. Going to move back. Going to scale down. Going to move down a little bit. And then I'm going to extrude and go back again. Just kind of make that frame that I've been working on. And then I'm also, whoa, what is going on here? So this is kind of weird. It's just kind of doing its thing, I guess. But we're gonna go out here, and then we're gonna extrude, and then we're gonna make that kind of more defined. Again, the size of the buildings might look kind of weird, I guess, but that's fine. Again, you'll have someone going through and making sure everything looks coherent. So I'm gonna go down here. We're gonna extrude. Oh, we don't want to extrude 2 times. So we're gonna extrude there. We're gonna pull it back. I might have extruded twice too. I guess not. I thought I extruded twice on that first time, but yeah. You'll make mistakes too, and that's kind of the cool thing about Pro Builder is you really, even if you mess up, you can kind of try again. You can, hit undo and just kind of go back and figure out what went wrong. And and a lot of your 3D models like this are going to be probably made in Blender anyway, so it's not the end of the world if your Pro Builder stuff looks kind of choppy. Of course, it's always nice to make things look as nice as possible if you can, but I think with Pro Builder, it's a tool where you just kind of want to get a good kind of idea down, and you want to kind of get the layout and kind of the mood and the feel of different structures. And again, as far as detail goes, just let the 3D modelers handle that. Let other people do their job, and then you just kind of work on the layout and the kind of the space of the area and make sure it's all cohesive. And all of these objects that you're gonna get through a 3D modeler, they're gonna fit in the space, and it's gonna make sense. So I'm gonna go in here. Extrude. So I have a few more buildings to go. I do want to get all these buildings done before this video ends. So I'm gonna try to kind of speed up the process a bit, and just maybe make some stuff. I don't really know if I'm gonna really do anything with this. Maybe I could just extrude these out a bit, just to add in some just interesting detail. Extrude them out again, and then select the bottom of these. Select that, and select that. Extrude them down. Maybe make just like some pillars or something. I don't know. And you could always do something like this, where maybe you want to have that and you want to lift it up. Does it ruin the inside? No, it doesn't. So it's all good. So we got this. We'll select that. Insert edge. Move that down. Select the face. Extrude. Go down. I'm not sure. We'll kind of just do the same thing. It might not hurt. All right. So I think that's gonna be I think that's gonna be all we're gonna really do for this week for this level. I'm really happy with the village. There are definitely areas that you can go explore. Before I say that's all I'm gonna do, but I can't let this fire float in midair. I just can't. It's just not gonna happen for me. I need to move this down. It's gonna drive me nuts. Okay, there we go. Again, it's one of those things where I see something wrong. I'm like, I gotta fix it. Uh, it's more on me, but I'm sure I'm not the only one. So yeah, we have a really good, eerie kind of game. We could add much more to this. We could add a skybox, have moonlight, and just have adding the zombies and adding, the ambient music and the background noise and add radial audio to like the fires. So when you go closer to the fires, you actually hear the fires, and then it's just the beginning of a large project that level design is a piece of that process. And I think what we have here is a good start on the level. This really could be a game, and I see something that could be playable. And then if you were to work on a project like this, you could add in an attack and have an attack animation, and then have a hitbox open up when you swing an attack. That hitbox is going to hit an enemy, and have those if you worked on enemy NPCs or enemy AI just roaming around here, and you could probably set up a fairly basic system where they check a radius around them, and if you get close to them, then they chase you, so you have to run away. You could add a stamina bar, so you run out of stamina. Like, that's kind of all of the stuff that's layered on top of the level. And I think with the level, we have a good kind of start going, and we could really add to this. And that's kind of the cool thing about like the terrain system, especially, is this is just a starting area. If you were to really build this out into a full game, you could, add to the different tiles and everything. So I think it's perfect for that. But I think with that in mind, we're going to stop with this week. It's been a really fun week. I'm really enjoying this. And the next week, we're going to go into Unreal, and we're going to just kind of lay out a basic first person shooter map. We're going to kind of map out, think about, okay, if we're playing a first person shooter game, what are some of the things that we want to think about with a game like that? So we're going to get more into depth, but I have some setting up to do, and then I should have that video starting on that project out tomorrow. So I hope you guys have a great week. My voice is kind of getting a bit cracky. I think I've been talking a little bit too much. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. If you like my content, feel free to subscribe and comment down below. And yeah, I hope you guys are liking the content, and I hope to see you guys later. Have a good one. What's all? I'll probably get out of that. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you later.